The time is 8 a.m. on this Thursday morning, July 25th, 2019. It is time now for the Peter Chillo Morning News on this Thursday morning, July 25th, 2019. Get on! And good morning to you all this lovely Thursday morning, July 25th, 2019. It's 8 a.m. on this Thursday morning. We have a temperature of 62 degrees in Norton, Massachusetts. Top stories on the Peter Chittle Morning News on this Thursday is Democrats warned that their fight is not over following an appeared with Robert Miller. Puerto Rico Governor misread anger, ruling against him. South Korea shares fall after Pyongyang missiles launch. Francis flyboard hero Frankie Spada failed in his attempt to cross the English Channel. Chicago Bear Louis Lightfoot called on Mike called police union leader a clown. This Trump delivered speech in front of President Steele with Russian Eagle. Rain Man on most wanted list caught. Jeffrey Epstein found in New York City jail cell after possible suicide attempt according to a report. Stephen Colbert grills Fox News Chris Wallace. How Trump shut down the GOP to visit Hawks. Rock showed up to lend support the Hawaii protesters. Father one of two teams, 103 kills in Canada says son plans to go out in a blaze of glory. Kamikaze forced Johnson Risky of a British ship to serve as Prime Minister. U.S. warship sails brought the strategic Taiwan Strait. Donald Trump vetoes bills prohibited arms sales to Saudi Arabia. Rhode Island Health Department recommends closing 8 beaches. Top Rhode Island executive takes to Twitter call out anti-immigrant identity witness in Providence. Tesla post-record deliveries in Q2 2019, but still lost $48 million. Nissan will cut 12,500 jobs after its profits plunged 99%. The end of text lasting as fair error. No companies have officially joined Labor Association, says Visa CEO. Look at that stocks. Yeah, that's 79.22 and 27.26 up 97 and S&P 500 up 14.09 at 19.56 and Nasdaq up 70.10 at 83.21.50. Three huge spacewalks skip dangerously close to Earth at breakneck speed. No place for a Russia Times remake of Erica's 1968 moon race cover. Predator storm scrubs SpaceX launch in Florida, and global warming is worse than any climate change in the last 2,000 years. Deadly new fungal superbugs warn doctors. And precision measure research must build more diversity and trust as bioethicist. Tunisian President Beji Kaida Sabi, the first democratic elected leader of the North African country, died not long after he was taken to the military hospital. The president's office said he was 92. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny arrested ahead of protest. Trump vetoed Senate to push for $8 billion in Saudi arms sales. Has to vote on budget deals since the deficit years. A former South Florida juvenile detention officer has been acquitted in federal court of charges connected to the death of 17-year-old detainee. Denver traffic stops are changed in states where marijuana and recreational medical is legal. A federal judge in California blocked the Trump administration ruled that prohibits the vast majority of Central American migrants from South in the United States. Not federal reformer, subject to search charge of kidnapping daughter. Edinburgh area lawmakers get local priorities included in state budget. Peter, Shell News Time, 8:04. Time now for Sports Report. Red Sox fall to the Rays in Tampa, 3-2. Sox back at Fenway Park for a first of a 4-game series against the New York Yankees. Rays put pitcher in first base, nearly destroys that tender fabric set, holding every the game of baseball. Donovan Smith left field experiment takes another hit, and Kai Paul discuss the team with the Clippers while 2019 free agency. As Splendor fakes to try to wrap defense in the city for a good season. Peter Chell News Time, 8:04. Time now for Peter Chell Traffic and Transit Check. On the MBTA, we're not service operator, reducing speeds and service levels due to awkward signal system problems near JFK UMass. And Greenbush Trade 07670 inbound stop near Greenbush Twitter. Back to officers currently 15 minutes late. Needham train 60175 M. Outbound support stop station off at 5-10 minutes. Man can do deliver out equipment from inbound train 004. Beverly trade 192 833 from Beverly is cancel today. Passengers. Please consider trade 160 824 from Beverly. I'll trade 108 854 from Beverly. Rockford trade 106 710 and beyond is operated 10 minutes beyond schedule between. Gloucester North Station to be calculation at New Brainport trade 158 730 and bottom of the parted. New Brainport is operated 5-10 minutes later route to North Station due to later on the equipment caused by the early big calculation. Powder trade 805 725 from South Station operated 10 minutes beyond schedule between Ruggles and Wickford Junction due to big calculation and Stoner trade 905 735 FM South Station on 5-10 minutes beyond schedule between backmates. Stoner trade traffic caused by delayed trade 805 ahead. And ferries are looking good. Okay, look at the hours of Bowie's. 95, stop outside, so protected province. 95, not outside, so between work that and downtown province. 185, west outside, so between Seacock that and downtown province. 295, the north outside, so between work that and consider 295, the stop outside, so Johnson stretch. 146, both is between sales with a North Spring Rhode and 99, north outside, so 126 and 122, the Lincoln Socket stretch. James had Newport, Battle, open second half of Bridges out. Looking good. Route 6 to the east outside, so 134 down, 134, that is Port Harris area. Route 6 to the west side, Little 68 at Bristol, Route 7 Bridge to the east side, Little So, and Board Bridge east side, slow on the east side, 26 east side, so the board stretch. Route 45 on the north side, so between Route 6 and the Milford all the way down at the Bass Bank in Westport, 95 north side, so before 128 and Kenton. 24 on the north side from 139 and Randolph and on the 128 Gatton, 3 on the north side, so between 228 and Rockland and Breaktree Split. 7 Expressway, south side, it is so from Dorchester stretch and northbound side, 7 Expressway, so between Breakthrough Split down the downside Boston. 128 is southbound side, so between 28 Randolph down the Breakthrough Split, and 128 at the northbound side between 95 and Canton all the way down to Route 20 Waltham. Mass Pike eastbound side between Framingham all the way down to 7 Expressway downtown Boston. The Mass Pike westbound so below the road down to South Boston and westbound side hit bricks when they off spread tolls and Newton Corner. 93 both of downtown Boston are backed up at 93 southbound south between 495 Lawton and Zig Bridge in downtown Boston and 3 the southbound south between Route 4 and Chelsea all the way down to Newark and Hibbert Schooner 128 in Burlington. 495 at the southbound side slow between Lawrence and all the way down 93 out in Andover and Hibbert in between Bolton and Marlborough. 495 at the northbound south between Bucksboro all the way down to Route 2A in Littleton and then Hibbert again Route 3 in Lowell all the way down to Tewksbury. Central Mass, 2 eastbound south with 146 on Route 122 in Worcester, 146 at the northbound south, so at Route Worcester stretch. Mass Pike westbound south, so between Ludlow all the way down to Chickabee and 91 northbound south, so we're 57 at Agawam and 91 both ends back around the Greenfield stretch and 91 southbound south, 291 and 84 Hartford Connecticut, 84 eastbound south, so between 509 and Hartford Connecticut and 84 westbound south, so between Newtown and Denver Connecticut, and 91 northbound south, between 691 at the Route 9 and Meriden and Merritt Parkway, westbound south, between Troubled out of Duke Kent, 95 southbound south between Norwalk and Greenwich, and Route 9 at the northbound south, also Essex, Connecticut. Up in Northern New England, every trip back at the southbound south after Route 41 to Manchester after, and spotted trip back at the southbound south, so 202 up in Rochester, Maine, and up in North Westchester, New Hampshire, and up in Northern New England, A789, 91 on the southbound south, also US, Canada, Western Vermont, Maine trip back at the southbound south, also Port Maine, and Route 59 the northbound side, so and so back towards Montreal. Peter Children's time is 8:09. Time now for a weather report. Sunny sky for today, high 81 degrees, northeast about 5 miles, coming to DD. Tonight, punch above after 4 a.m. mostly clear sky about 57 degrees, light southwest wind for Friday, punch above before 80 a.m. Most south about 86 degrees, light of wind for Friday night. Partly clouds about 62 degrees, light south wind for Saturday, most south about 83 degrees, cloud weekend is south about 6 miles in the afternoon for Saturday night. Most clear sky about 63 degrees, southwest about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Sunday. Most southern clouds about 85, about 68 degrees, southwest about 3 to 7 miles an hour for Monday. Most southern clouds about 88, about 69 degrees, wind southwest about 8 miles an hour for Tuesday. Most southern clouds about 88 degrees, southwest about 6 to 8 miles an hour for Tuesday night. Chester showers, partly clouds about 69 degrees, southwest about 6 to 8 miles an hour. Chester 30% for Wednesday at Chester showers, and thunderstorms, partly clouds about 88 degrees, and southwest about 5 to 8 miles an hour. Chester is 40%. Right now, northern is for 62 degrees. That's great for the Peter Chill. Morning news on this Thursday morning, July 25th, 2019. Viewers, hope you have a good morning, goodbye, day. Hope you have a wonderful day.